If you're stuck in the procrastination cycle, you cannot get your brain to do the thing, whatever the thing is, you need a warm-up routine. Let me explain. Welcome to What the F, where we dive into executive function strategies for the adult world. My name's Eric. I have a background in special education and educational therapy, and today we're covering task initiation, which is really about managing procrastination. This blew my mind when I learned about it a bunch of years ago. Procrastination has nothing to do with motivation and laziness. It's caused by emotion. That's why a warm-up routine for those tasks that we do often, but we just cannot get ourselves to start, is so helpful. Think of it this way. If somebody was going to go run a marathon, they wouldn't just start running right away and try to do the whole thing. They would warm up, they might jog, they might stretch. Our brains need the same exact thing for anything that feels daunting. These warm-up routines are best for things that we do on a regular basis, like going to the gym, budgeting, scheduling appointments, managing mail, or sending emails. You can make one in 3 steps, but the 4th step is also really important. First thing you're going to do right now is you're just going to think of something that you avoid on a regular basis. Now you're going to ask yourself, when I think about doing this thing, what emotions get in the way? Most likely, it's fear, anxiety, boredom, or confusion. Now that you know the emotions that are getting in the way, you can create a warm-up routine that intentionally manages whatever those emotions are. And then the 4th step is to intentionally implement this thing sometime this week. Set a reminder, create a visual cue, somehow remind your brain that you're going to try out something new. All right, so here's an example from one of my clients to give you an idea of how this works in the real world. She is finding it difficult to study for these exams that are really going to help her advance her career. When she identified the emotions that get in the way, she found it to be boredom and anxiety. And so her warm-up routine manages both of those emotions. When she feels the anxiety or the boredom creeping in, she goes for a walk, she hits her favorite coffee shop, she gets home, and she immediately opens the laptop. That's because the very first step in studying is simply opening the laptop. So what would your warm-up routine be? Drop a comment, let me know.